Hi friends, how are you all? I hope you all are good. My name is Sanju and welcome to my channel English with Sanju. And as the last few days, we will do the reading of A Room of One's Own by Virginia Woolf. Okay, so let's begin. I must have opened it, for instantly there issued like guardian angel, barring the way with flutter of black gown instead of white wings, a deprecating, silvery, kindly gentleman, who regarded in a low voice as he waved me back that ladies are only admitted to the library if accompanied by a fellow of a college or furnished with a letter of introduction. That a famous library has been cursed by a woman in a matter of complete indifference to a famous library, vulnerable and calm, with all its treasures safe locked within its breast, it sleeps complacently, and so will, so far I am concerned, so sleep forever. Never will I wake those echoes, never will I ask for that hospitality again. I would, as I descended the steps in anger, still an hour remained before luncheon, and what was one to do? Stroll on the meadows, sit by the river. Certainly, it was a lovely autumn morning. The leaves were fluttering red to ground. There were no great hardship in doing either, but the sound of music reached my ear. Some service or celebration was going forward. The organ complained magnificently as I passed the chapel door. Even the sorrow of Christianity sounded in the serene air, like the recollection of sorrow, then sorrow itself. Even the groanings of ancient organs seemed lapped in peace. I'm sorry. I had no wish to enter. Had I the right, and this time the verger might have stopped me, demanding perhaps my baptized certificate or a letter of introduction from the dean. Okay. But outside of these magnificent buildings is often as beautiful as the inside. Moreover, it was amusing enough to watch the congregation assembling, coming in and going out again, busying themselves at the door of the chapel like bees at the mouth of a hive. Many were in cap and gown. Some had tufts of fur on their shoulders. Others were wheeled in bar chairs. Though not past middle age, seemed creased and crushed into shapes so singular that one was reminded of those giant crabs and crayfish who have with difficulty crossed the sand of an aquarium. As I leaned against the wall, the university indeed seemed a sanctuary. in which are preserved rare types which would soon be obsolete if left to fight for existence on the pavement of the Strand. Old stories of old deans and old dons came back to mind, but before I had summoned up courage to whistle, it used to be said that at the sound of a whistle, old Professor instantly broke into a gallop. The venerable congregation had gone inside. The outside of the chapel remained. As you know, its high domes and pinnacles can be seen like a sailing ship, always voyaging, never arriving, lit up at night and visible for miles far away across the hills. Once, presumably, this quadrangle with its smooth lawns, its massive buildings, and the chapel itself was marsh too, where the grasses waved and the swine rootled. Teams of horses and oxen, I thought, must have hauled the stone in wagons from far countries, and then with infinite labor the grey blocks in most shade I was now standing were poised in order, one on top of another, and then the painters brought their glass for the windows, and the masons were busy for centuries up on the roof with putty and cement. Could be putty, spade and trowel. Every Saturday somebody must have poured gold and silver out of a leathern purse into their ancient fists, for they had their beer and skittles presumably of an evening. An unending stream of gold and silver, I thought, must have flowed into the court perpetually to keep the stones coming and the masons working, to level, to ditch, to dig and to drain. But it was then the age of faith, and money was poured liberally to set these stones on a deep foundation, and where the stones were raised, still more money was poured in from the coffers of kings and queens and great nobles to ensure the hymns should be sung here and scholars taught. So that was till page 12, 3 lines. So we are going to start from lands were granted, tithes were paid. So we're going to start from page 12 tomorrow. I hope the video was useful for you. Please like, comment for suggestions and feedback, share it with every person you know, subscribe and ask all your friends to subscribe. When you subscribe, hit the bell icon so that you get all notifications from my channel. Till then, it's bye from me, Sanju. Take good care of yourself, your family, your friends, and bye. See you in the next video.